Good morning, friends. Shalene Davis with the Fit Mom's Journey here. So I've got to go back to work this next week. I am already starting to plan for that. So I have taken this morning and I've already done a bunch of okra in the oven, and I actually have some kale chips, which are fabulous, by the way. If you've never made kale chips, they're super easy and a healthy little crispy snack. So I'm going to take, and it's not super hot because the oven's been off, but it's hot enough. So I guess I'm gonna get my little oven mitt here. Okay, then I'm gonna take my okra, and I have our meal prep containers. I'm gonna bring out 4 of them. And right here, you know, one of my tricks is to take a bunch of egg whites and put it into like muffin containers. So that's like a 1/4 cup each there. So I've just got that on low and I'm just melting that down. And then I'm gonna take 1 of those and then 2 eggs for each day that I decide for breakfast. So like I said, I'm just gonna take this okra here. It's nice and crispy already. We were supposed to have a big family float weekend and that did not work out. I don't know if you guys have adult children or not, but it is impossible to try to get all 5 of them together. So we were not successful, and actually we ended up not even going on the boat. So I was able to have my breakfast, but we just took kind of an easier Sunday and rested. Okay, okra is very good for you. It is very weight loss friendly. It helps control your appetite. It can actually help with your blood sugar. It's so good for you. Try to incorporate it. I mean, most of the time, if you blend it up in a smoothie, you don't even know it's there. You can put it into baked goods as long as you pulverize it in your blender. But it's really, really good for you. Try to add that in some of your smoothies. So now I'm just waiting on my eggs to get done melting a little bit. If you can see them over here, they're melting very nicely, but they're not cooking. I've just got them on low, and once they melt, then I'm going to turn my stove up and cook them. Then, like I said, we're going to split them up into 4 pieces. Or 4, I don't know if I should just let them cook. Don't do that. Don't do that. I just got egg whites all over my stove. So I'm gonna try to do something a little bit different this week. So with the knowledge that I've been getting recently about raising your GLP-1 naturally and all of that, I don't know if you've heard about that or not, but your GLP-1 hormone kind of tells you that you're full and you can stop eating. So some ways to raise it naturally are to get at least 30 grams of protein in at every meal, and actually try for like 40 in the morning. That way that kind of sets you up for success, and then getting enough fiber throughout the day. So I've got my okra here, which is probably fibrous. I don't know, I'm assuming. And then I'm gonna have my 2 eggs, and then I'm gonna have a slice or 2 of ham on each one. So if I have that with my protein shake, that's upwards of 40, maybe even 50 that I'm gonna start my day off with. And then whenever I have lunch, I probably won't be very hungry, and so I can probably just go ahead and have some protein and some vegetables, and that's my plan, is and yesterday I did that. I only ate like 2 times and then a little snack. So I mean, that's a lot different compared to how I used to eat. So we're gonna keep trying it and see if that's the key to help me get past this little stall I've got. I did get my insulin checked, and I am not insulin resistant, so that's a good thing. Some people are and don't know it. And if you're insulin resistant, your body just doesn't know how to burn the fat, for lack of better words. It just holds on to it, and it spikes your blood sugar, and you just, I don't know all the technical terms, but it's a bad thing for your body. It does not let you burn the fat the way that you truly do want to. So you can reverse insulin resistance by eating a better diet. The standard American diet is absolutely horrible. I think we all know that. So trying to make better choices of even some days of the week is going to be better for you. But if you already have pre-diabetic stuff in your family or anything like that, then you're much better off to really just try to kick sugar and kick flour and not have to, white flour, and not have to worry about having all those problems later on. So I think what I'm going to do is, once I get this all melted down, I'm going to salt and pepper it. Or maybe I'm just going to split this into 4. So I'm going to go ahead and let this finish melting, but also cooking at the same time. We're going on the boat today, so I'm sure we're going to get hungry. I'm going to take along some of this deer jerky that we have. I don't know if you can quite see that. It's jalapeno deer jerky with cheese, and it is so yummy. I might take around some fruit or some vegetables. And then I'll probably take along my go-to. So this is my go-to for camping. This is my go-to for just when I need some kind of a snack, like a salty treat. This is one of my go-tos and highly recommend it. So I'll probably go ahead and put that in a little baggie and go ahead and take that with us camping, and then we'll have plenty of drinks. And that is what we will do. So here we got our eggs cooking here. Okay, so they're melting nicely. Go ahead and try to finish melting them a little bit. You guys, I got cartons of egg whites and cartons of like full egg, liquid egg at my local, we call it Dutch and Sunshine Market. They're about 30-45 minutes away from me, and I get that there. You never know what you're gonna get at places like that, but when you find deals like that, stock up, because I have a bunch in my freezer. I went ahead and pre-portioned some out into the muffin liners like I did here, but then I've got some that are just in cartons that are in my freezer ready to go. I can add a little bit of egg whites to each of my eggs, because that's a way to bulk up some protein without having to have a bunch of fat. We're not afraid of fat, we just want to respect it. So I'm gonna get this going here. I'm gonna just get that till it sets, and like I said, then I'm gonna separate it into 4. So I'm gonna sprinkle on, it's a seasoning. It's got nutritional yeast and some other seasonings in it. It's called Hubby Lovin' seasoning if you follow Trim Healthy Mama. But I keep it in this little shaker, and I put it on my eggs, put it on my chicken, put it on just about like any vegetable, but it's got nutritional yeast and some other good things in there. So it is delicious. Here our eggs are starting to set, so I'll probably go ahead and flip them. Not that it's probably necessary to flip or not to flip. That's the question. I'm not gonna flip. Okay, we're just gonna let that finish. While that's cooking, we can look at my sprouts. They are on day 4, so I've got them in the window. They are looking pretty good. I think that they've probably got a couple more days if I want them to have it, but I've been eating them and they're perfectly fine. So, okay. So it looks like it's pretty much set. So I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, just kind of divide it into half and then half again. So here I go. I've got my one little egg corner. I'm going to spray my pan. We know because I've cooked a lot of eggs with you guys so far, but I'm just going to do 4 eggs. These are not my farm fresh eggs that I got from a coworker, so they're not quite as vibrant yellow yolk, but that's okay. It's much better than some of the other things I could be eating. So I'm just going to add 2 full eggs to each of my containers. Do a total of 8 eggs here. So we'll do 2 for each morning. kind of juggling with some different things here because I used to eat what they would call e-breakfast, and so that's where you have carbs and very low fat for your breakfast. I know that my body seems to not do very well with that, and so I'm trying to have more fatty, what would be considered a keto breakfast for a while. Now, one trick that you guys may or may not know is when you're cooking it if you know you're going to have to reheat it in like a microwave or something like I'm going to have to, I'm going to cook it to where it's just set. Like my white around my yolks are still going to be a little bit runny, because when you cook that in the microwave, you are going to finish cooking your eggs, and I don't like an overcooked egg. I'd rather have like an over easy yolk that, you know, drains all over my delicious food. So drains not the right word, coats all my delicious food with its creaminess. I love a soft yolk. So let's see. I think we're gonna about go right there with it. So you can see it's still not quite 100% set, but pepper, same thing. Put the lid on. So like I said, if I was to eat that right now, it's a little underdone. It's not going to hurt me. It's just not going to be the way I want it. But if I put that in the microwave, it's going to be about perfect. Couple more minutes with the lid on, and then we will have breakfast for the next 4 days. You see how we took that, 30 minutes, and we've got ourselves set up for the rest of the week. Grab one of these every morning, and I have a delicious, healthy breakfast that gets me going right. Okay guys, so we are back to work this week. Like you saw earlier, we've already got 4 of our eggs in there. I went ahead, I've got a taco salad for tomorrow. I'm also kind of cleaning out the fridge, so about once a week I usually do this. I'm going to take my avocado to go with me tomorrow for my lunch. Just kind of cleaning out the fridge, kind of resetting everything. I've got my kombucha ready to go for the week. I'm gonna go ahead and make my my kefir. Gosh, I can't talk. I'm gonna go ahead and get it going and ready to drink in my little bottles that I have, so. So kefir by itself is very sour. It's kind of like yogurt. So if you've never had it before, I highly recommend using it like you would use yogurt. So you can probably use it in a savory application for like sour cream or something like that. But I just like to whir it up in the blender. I like to add a little bit of vanilla and sweetener. That's my basic one. It's almost like a vanilla ice cream float because it's got a little bit of fizz from the kefir, and it's just really good. So I'm just gonna kind of whir that up. I get my lid to go on there, right? You might see that it's kind of fizzing a little bit, and that's just the kefir. That's the fermentation in the kefir. So got these cute little bottles here. I can link them on Amazon. I love them. They're 12-ounce bottles, and they really have just saved me. I can put my protein shakes in here. I can put my kombucha. I can put my kefir. I can put my iced coffees. I love those. So these bottles, so cute. I wish I would have got them a long time ago. So I'll link them for you. So there's one quart down. And then because I'm out of bottles, I need to buy more. Guys, I love these little bottles. I wish I would have bought them a long time ago. They're so handy for anything that you just want to have portioned in your fridge ready to go. Okay, and that will wrap up the rest of this video. I'm just going to clean up my mess, get everything put away into the fridge. Thank you so much for joining me on this little prepping journey of, making sure we got food for the week. Thank you very much. Bye.